Hi there and welcome back on my YouTube channel. MIGLIORINI here. Today I want to answer to some question about another video I published more times ago. The video is how to create the normal direction from the exterior object from another object, and this video was recorded more times ago, but I read some question and I want to answer to some questions. How to convert the normals to V? I answered in here, but I want to show you also because I want to show also another way. I want to convert this vector of normal to the vector of velocity, and for example I can use inside the popnet, or I can use for drive also the rigid body, or I can use for drive the grains or the fluid, blah blah blah. But with the popnet is very easy to show that things very quickly. Okay, I can apply the attribute wrangle, but I can show you also with the WAP attributes, because essentially is the same. Okay, but with the WAP attribute, with the vexes, essentially is one line. And you can write, for example, at v or v at v equals at n. In this case, you can create, can show also vector attribute val. Okay, this is my val. Okay, I don't want to normalize the val. And the val you can use inside the dev. Also, you can create the multiplier. For example, you can multiply. I can say channel multiply. You can create the channel, and with the channel here, if you say 2, the velocity is 2. Okay, and you can see is drive. For use inside, for example, the popnet, you can just jump inside the popnet. And here, for example, the source, you can say the source. You can use also the normal if you want, but you can use the val. When you use the normal, if you normalize the normal, sorry, this trip of words, but if you normalize the normal, essentially the value is 1. But if you use the velocity, you can use the velocity, the value you can have outside the velocity. You can just say now, if I remove that and that, you can say play is moved. You can see it will take the velocity. Okay, and this is one way, very easy for create the velocity from the normals, for convert the normal to velocity. But you can use also, if you like, the we can try also to show you with the attribute VOP, because I want to show you also the attribute VOP, because with the vex essentially you have one line. With the attribute VOP essentially is more easy, but maybe you can use more works, maybe you can change a lot of things, but I prefer use one line. For example, in the text editor you can just create the normal to val, and essentially you can create the normal to val. It's the same. Reset simulation. Okay, you can see it's the same. Okay, now it's very slow. Okay, why is very slow? Because I don't have any multiply, so I can multiply and I can create parameters. If I say 2, you can see it's essentially the same of before. Okay, you can also apply the random value. We can also apply different kind of function, for example the sample con, for creating the randomized also direction. It's very easy. I use these techniques, this or this, in a lot of situation where I worked, in the past, for example in Nautilus, in the power for create the splash of blood, for create more things, for example for this, for puppy dogs plants, for Disney Plus, for create the jump of snow. By the way, I use that in a lot of situation and it's very comfortable. I prefer use the line with the Vex because for me Vex is more quickly, more easy, but by the way, this is one way for do that. I hope you like this kind of video. If you have another question or you want more answered also from another video I did in the past, let me know, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for help me for growing. Maybe it's not more for you because also I check there is a lot of people is watching the video but is not subscribed, and it's free. So anyway, have a nice day. Bye.